This is more about life in the time of the coronavirus. We are going to go on a little getaway for about a week, and we'll be out of contact, not totally, but close. And it's maybe a good time to put some distance between us and the craziness. The craziness won't go away, so we will. A woman in the stands at a high school football game was tased for not wearing a mask. No one rushed to help her. A few people caught the action on their phones while shouting, "Don't do that." The videos went viral. The trumpet is about to announce his nominee for the Supreme Court. Nastiness will ensue. He says it will be a woman. I saw a political ad for the Pander Man, and it wasn't bad. He scorched the trumpet as a man who enjoys a fight and will start one at any time. And he compared that to himself, who wants peace and healing. He derided violent protest, but said he was a champion of the people's right to protest. He did not come across as a bungling fool. If he can do that, well, in the debate, then he can win it. We will miss the debate. I'm thinking the more we miss, the better off we will be. People are caught up in these terrible disputes. I see them more as a trap than as a way to freedom. A week has passed, and now we are returned home. We had a very good, very full trip, but it is also true we are happy to be home. We stayed in 3 places. One was a motel, and yes, there was a hot tub. The other 2 were more like cabins, a blend of modern convenience, yes, an outdoor hot tub at one of them, and more rustic living. One of the direct implications of that rusticity was no radio or television. We were unplugged. We worried about it a little because we do watch TV at the end of the day as a way of winding down, but we were fine without it. The first place we stayed in, the promotional material said that they hoped we would enjoy their little retreat. And I did some thinking about that. Because what we did this past week was something of a retreat. A slight, deliberate withdrawal into mostly peace and quiet. Far from the madding crowd, right? We took quite a bit of reading material, and I also had a notebook. There was plenty of time for reflection, and in the course of normal daily living, we don't have much time for that. Then, too, reflection tends to increase, I think, as we get older, in the form of what is called taking stock. And it has been very challenging, to say the least, to do that in a world dominated by the virus and the various social ills that afflict us all. Uncertainty is an impediment to reflection, I think. You need a clear mind to reflect. It was a retreat in another way, too, and that is a full-scale abandonment of the political situation, something that has gotten about as nasty and even lethal as the virus and the racial woes. So we were looking forward to avoiding and ignoring all of that. We did miss the debate. Using Wi-Fi and my partner's iPad, we caught a vituperative 3-minute summary that consisted of each candidate calling the other a liar and the Pander Man saying, "Will you just shut up?" It was definitely enough to remind us of how glad we were to have missed it. The trumpet, of course, is certain that he will win. He looks at his pathetic opponent and cannot fathom how he could possibly lose to that schmuck. For a while, I thought that was so, but no longer. The Pander Man has shown that if he is lucid, if pathetic, that is enough. The bar for this one is set mighty low. There are really three voting blocks, I think. The people who are for the trumpet, the people who are for the Panderman, and those who loathe the trumpet. The last group, I think, will decide the election. It's often a negative thing that does. In the last election, too many people simply could not bring themselves to vote for shrillery. This time it's the trumpet. The Panderman benefits from being a milquetoast. I kept track of the yard signs we saw in our travels. By a wide margin, 10, maybe even 20 to 1, they favored the Panderman. I think he has only to avoid drooling and babbling and make all of his empty promises, and he will win. However, it is true that this is a strange time, the year 0 CE. And over the weekend, even those of us on retreat from the political parade learned that the trumpet and his wife tested positive for COVID-19. They are now in Walter Reed Hospital getting the best of care. But it's clear, despite, of course, conflicting reports, that the trumpet is not feeling very well. This has possibly wiped the sneer off his face, and a humbled, contrite trumpet could change the way people feel about a lot of things. In any event, our retreat is over. It's back into the fray.